Welcome to the Shaun Show. I am Shaun, and today we're going to talk about the Lakers or the Clippers. Which one is better? Which one is the kings of the NBA? I have a decision to make. Is it Kawhi? Is it LeBron? Is it the Brow? Is it PG-13? Is it rated R? But this isn't rated R because this is content sensitive for YouTube. So stick around. And we are about to start the show in 5, 4, 3, 2, you ready? Let's go. Now. Welcome to the Shaun Show. As I've stated, my name is Shaun. Okay, so I'm going to get right into it. NBA, first of all, we're a quarter of the way through the NBA season. That's very, very fast. I don't know if it's fast because the games have been entertaining, even though the ratings haven't shown the games have been entertaining. I think ratings all over the place, from TNT to ESPN to NBA TV, the ratings all over the place are not as good as they've been in years past, or last year, I should say. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I don't know, people like to see greatness, people like to see, the Warriors. And I would hate to put all of the onus on the ratings being down because of the Warriors, but maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe people would see, sometimes people don't watch things to see people win, but they watch to see people lose. It's like the Floyd Mayweather effect. Whenever Floyd Mayweather fights, he fights on days such as Cinco de Mayo, right? And or Cinco de Mayweather, they would call it, right? And he would fight on Cinco de Mayweather because there were a lot of Hispanic people who thought that Floyd Mayweather was going to get knocked out on that day. So we're going to make a weekend of it. We're going to drink. We're going to have fun. We're going to do all these things. And then we're going to go see Floyd Mayweather lose. And a lot of people would pay to see him lose, even though it never would happen. So a lot of people would watch TV, I would think, to see the Warriors lose, but it wouldn't happen. But that's a totally different subject. Today's subject is about this year, right? It's about this year. It's about the NBA, right? And it's about two teams. It is about the Clippers and the Lakers. The Clippers and the Lakers. Now, full disclosure, I am a Lakers fan. Now, before you say, let me cut off this video because he's going to say the Lakers and all this other thing, let me also tell you that I am a person that was not a fan of LeBron James when he wasn't on the Lakers. He's on the Lakers now, so he's part of the family, he's part of the team, he is. I've always respected LeBron, always think that he is great. I always think that he's one of the greats, not the greatest, but one of the greats. But I never really was a huge LeBron fan because of some of the antics that he would do when he was on other teams. I just didn't necessarily like it. But now that he's on the Lakers, and a lot of those antics have really calmed down if you think about it. Older, wiser, has a big challenge in front of him. I'm not saying he didn't have a big challenge when he was on Cleveland. But yeah, this is a bigger challenge because this is the West, and the West is there's always competition. There's no clear path like there is. You see, clear path. See a little basketball joke. There's a clear path, foul, clear. Yeah, I did that. There's no real clear path to the NBA Finals like it was when he was in the Eastern Conference. So, with that being said, let's look at what makes the Lakers versus the Clippers interesting, and what I believe is the two top teams in the NBA, and I believe who will win the NBA championship. Who do I think? Well, let's first break down the teams. First, we have the Clippers. We have a vicious defensive team. We talk about Paul George. We talk about Kawhi Leonard. Paul George was a MVP candidate a few times in his career. Kawhi, multiple times finals MVP. We also don't want to forget the fact that they have Patrick Beverley and they have Montrezl Harrell. Now, Montrezl Harrell, I wouldn't really call him somebody that is a lockdown defender, but he is somebody that has the heart of somebody that's 7'10". You know, he's going to get his boards. He's going to get those putback dunks. He's going to get those easy, you know, off the screen passes and lobs and shots. He's going to get that, right? And you have those defensive stalwarts, and they are very, very long. They are very, very talented when it comes to defense. They can lock people down if they want to, right? Then you have a professional scorer in Lou Williams, who, when the fourth quarter comes, just giving the ball, move out the way. Lou Williams, I don't want to sound like Stephen A. Smith, but Lou Williams knows how to ball. That boy bad. So you got all of these things, including, of course, the Kawhi and Paul George and what they can add offensively. And you look at the team overall and you say that it's going to be very hard to beat them. But the problem that I have with the Clippers is the fact that they are a very, very good defensive team. But are they that great offensively? Let's just look at it, okay? Let's not look at the names of these people, but just let's look at what they're doing on the basketball court, right? If the shots aren't falling, who do you give the ball to? You're probably going to give it to Lou Williams, right? But typically, if Lou's not playing well, you guys are not going to really win games. He's your third highest scorer, right? And when Lou does well, Lou, not only does he score the points that he needs to for the team, but he's also directly, you see my lips, he's also directly responsible for having Montrezl Harrell get his. So much attention goes to Lou. They double team him. He kicks the ball off to Montrez. Montrez dunks the ball or whatever, or has that open shot, or you had Shem and he's injured right now. You could kick it to him, or any other player on the Clippers that may be open to take a shot, right? But the reality is, they're good defensively, but do they have enough offensively? And when I say offensively, I'm not talking about when it's time for Lou Williams to take over. I'm talking about collectively as a team. Do they have enough offensively? If the defense is not doing what it's supposed to do, can somebody just say, give me the ball and get out of the way? Not in the fourth quarter, but throughout the entire game. When you have somebody that matches with you defensively, do you have the guns, the manpower to be able to compete man-to-man, one-on-one with your guy if your defense is not cutting it? Do you have somebody to close the show like Kobe or like Michael? Now you can argue Kawhi, but what if Kawhi ain't hitting that night? You trust Paul George to do what he's supposed to do? Those are the questions. The other question I have is about the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, don't get me wrong, the Lakers have their holes as well too. All of the games that they play, except for a few, are close. Now, I don't know why they're close. I don't know if it's because the effort is there, but they have some very serious lack of defense throughout the game. Now, there's spots where they pick it up, but if you look out through a whole Laker game, there's going to be at least 9 minutes in any quarter, actually, where the other team will go on a run and the Lakers are playing catch up. So my question is, can the Lakers play a defensive game, strong defensive game, because they're number one rated in defense right now, as of my taping of this in December 4th, 2019. Do they have what it takes to be able to play 4 quarters of hard-nosed defense? That is the question I have. Then you have LeBron, and then you have AD. Now, what happened with AD is if you do your work early on him, and you prevent him from getting in the paint, and you prevent him from getting the ball and getting a rhythm, and you take him out, there really isn't a third scorer like a Lou Williams. Kuzma's trying to get his feet under him, but he's been up and down, up and down, up and down. there really is not the type of rhythm that you would expect from a Kyle Kuzma that there should be. Then you have, of course, Danny Green. Danny Green, he can't save you and hit 25 points every single game. His game is based off of spotting up in corners and waiting for the ball to come to him. And then there's LeBron. If you cut one of the heads of the snakes off, whether it's LeBron or whether it's AD, then who exactly is going to pick up the steam? Who exactly is going to do the hard work? Well, this is the whole thing, folks. And I'm going to end this video because I don't want to keep you too long. Okay? I believe the Los Angeles Lakers, despite all their shortcomings, and me being a Laker fan, I believe the Lakers have just a little bit more than the Clippers. Why is that? Well, it's very simple. If you can't guard the paint, how you gonna win a championship? If you put AD in the positions to succeed and you put LeBron on the block, who's gonna guard them? When you come up with that answer consistently, then I would say the Clippers. But until the Clippers figure out a way to answer that, whether it's a trade, whether it's getting somebody during free agency, whether it's coming up with some new defensive scheme that I haven't seen before, until you do that, until you have an answer for LeBron coming at you like a freight train, until you have an answer for AD killing it in the paint, there's absolutely no way that you can stop this team from winning a championship. Now, don't get me wrong, Paul George and Kawhi, well, they can drive to the paint. Oh, wait a minute. There's a three-headed monster. You got Javal, you got Dwight, and you got AD. And rumor has it that DeMarcus Cousins, he may be ready to go by the playoff time. So you have a four-headed dragon. How you gonna beat that? How you gonna drive? How is Lou Williams gonna come in the paint and do all this stuff that he does? How you gonna do that? How them dunks gonna happen? What if the perimeter shot fails? Then what happens? Like, these are the questions that the Clippers have to answer. What the Lakers have to answer is who's gonna be a third scorer. We cannot depend on AD and LeBron every single night, but that's an easier answer to answer than trying to figure out how to stop somebody because you don't have the personnel to do it. And guys, I appreciate you watching the show. And that is it for today. I will see you next time here on the Shaun Show. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Remember, be cool.